Fun Day Sunday Confidence. Play the game.
Well, hey guys, guess what? We're back. It's Fun Day Sunday Confidence 2021. Had a year off, unfortunately, but we're back in it, and we're going to make this bigger and better than ever before. So first, let me start. Obviously, the league expanded to 18 weeks. So what that's going to affect, it is still $5 a week, $20 that very first week, which will take care of week 1, and then 16, 17, and 18. So then you are responsible from week 2 to week 15 at $5 a piece, or pay now $90 instead of the $85 because there's an extra week. That $90 before the season starts. And again, that first payment, whether it be the whole thing or the $20, needs to be into us by 1 o'clock kickoff that first Sunday. So here's Mariah to talk about the sheets.
Yeah, and I don't know if you mentioned it, but this is Mark. I'm Mariah. We're doing the Sunday Fun Day Confidence Football Pool. So with our sheets, you're going to get a file that's got 2 identical sheets on the paper. The reason for that is one sheet is typically to turn into us if you're handing it in person, and then the other sheet is for you to keep a copy and kind of follow along on game day, see where you're at on points. But we're going to go over quickly how to fill out the sheet. The number one biggest thing, it seems silly to say, but we have to say it every year.
Every year.
Please put your name on your sheets, whether you're sending it through Facebook or email, or handing it in person or sending it through a text. We go through so many of the sheets. It's just very important for us to have your name on the sheet so we know whose sheet is whose. We'll give you maybe one warning, let you know, hey, you forgot your name on the sheet. After that, it's going to count as a missed sheet. And if you look at our rules, which we will post in the description of this video, as well as it will be on our Facebook page, it'll go over how you'd be penalized on that. So also, in filling out the sheets, you're going to see that we've got the matchups of all of the games for that week. We don't count the Thursday night games, and we don't do the London morning games, but your Sunday nights, and no Saturday games, but the Sunday night games and the Monday night games, all of those will be on the sheet. So you'll see all those games match up. At the bottom of the sheet here, you can see where there is a 15 there. That's going to be however many points you're going to have that week. That means we've got 15 games that week, so you have a total point value of 15 that you can use in the confidence.
Some weeks it'll be 13 and less, 12, depending on as we get into the buys.
I know I'm not talking great right now. But so essentially, in this confidence pool, you're not going to have to do a point spread or anything of that nature.
Straight up.
It's just straight up pick'em league. So this first week, it looks like we've got Arizona versus Tennessee. So in that game, not saying this is my pick here, but let's say you think Tennessee is just going to beat Arizona. You're going to put an X here in the X box next to Tennessee because that's the team you think is going to win. The next box over where it says number of points, you're going to put a point value there. The highest being the 15, the lowest being 1. So where you want to put your highest number is where you have the most confidence. So if you think that game's going to be a total blowout, Tennessee has it in the bag, you would give it a 15 or a 14. Because then that way, if Tennessee wins, you get 15 points. Whereas if you think it's a super close game and it could go either way, you're not real sure how to pick that game, you would want to give it a 1 or a 2. That way if you lose, you're only missing 1 or 2 points. The object each week is to have as many points as you can at the end of the week, and then obviously there's going to be a weekly winner. Also on the sheets, you're going to see a box marked Do Not Mark. We use that column there to score sheets, so it's very important that you keep that on at least the copy you give us clean.
Yep. And the margins too, please.
Yep, and the margins too. We use all of that to obviously mark if you got the game right, so it'll put your points there, and then in the margins, a lot of times we'll do our math, make sure we're tallying up points correctly. So we do need those clean. speaking of clean, a lot of times people will, maybe change their mind if they're filling out their form in pen, and we'll get a bunch of scribbles. Please try to avoid doing that. Maybe fill it out in pencil until you know, like, hey, I'm ready to fill this out. And then if you want to fill it out in pen, that'd be great.
Yeah, please don't turn anything in pencil.
Yeah, because that could be a tricky situation if somebody says, I swear that wasn't
that got
thing.
Changed. Yeah.
So we do prefer them all to be filled out in something more permanent, like a pen. And if it's in a marker, make sure it's fine tip so we can read that. We've had in the past markers sent in, we couldn't read it. So if we can't read it, we're not going to guess. So please make sure that you're doing your best to send in a clear, readable sheet.
And if you do have to make a change, please initial it, have it notarized. Just kidding.
Also, in terms of deadlines, so your sheets are due at 1 p.m. Every Sunday. So before that first kickoff.
Eastern time.
Because
we do have some players out on the left coast, west coast.
Anyhow, so 1 p.m. is supposed to be kickoff. If they don't kick off till 1:03, we still need those sheets by 1. At 1:01, they're late. We cannot count them. Technically, at 1 o'clock and 2 seconds, we're past the deadline. We're not taking any more sheets.
Yep.
We're not going to chase you down and let you know, hey, we're missing your sheets.
No babysitters here.
We're not babysitting. But back to our Facebook page. We do have a Facebook page. It's a very valuable resource. I highly recommend joining our Facebook group because there are some times where we notice we're missing 3 or 4 sheets and we may post something. At that time, you can turn around and say, hey, let me make sure my sheet's turned in, or hey, did you get my sheet? Because that is another thing. On Sundays, as we're getting sheets, we do respond to everybody and let them know, hey, got your sheet.
Within a matter of a few minutes or so, we try to get back and say, got it, gotcha, you're good. Good luck, something like that, just so you know that we did receive it.
And obviously, sometimes it's not right away, but generally you're going to get a response from us within 20, 30 minutes because we are getting a bunch of sheets in all at the same time, so it may not be immediate. But we will let you know that we've gotten your sheet, and if you don't see a response from us, maybe check with us prior to that deadline just to ensure that we did receive your sheet. Where to send in those sheets. So if you are in the greater Wapakoneta area...
Easy for her to say.
If you're in Wapak, you can definitely get it to myself or my dad, and we'll let you know where and how to do that. Otherwise, turn in, I'd say Facebook Messenger is the biggest one. We like that one.
Yep.
We prefer that one. Most of you guys are on Facebook, so it works out well.
Send to my Facebook Messenger.
His Facebook Messenger. We will both get the sheets, but we use everything. Dad calls it Pool Central here.
Yep.
So we use his home computer to get all those sheets in. So you might get a response from me on game day, but I'll be on his account. Same thing, text message, preferably to him, but there will be some weeks if he's out of town that I'll ask you to send them to me, since I will be the one getting the sheets and making sure everybody is taken care of.
Email.
Yeah, and then email is going to be that third one.
And all this information, these numbers, and the links to Facebook will all be listed below the video here.
Absolutely. So, Dad, you want to talk about results?
Well, the results, obviously Monday night will be the last game of the week for the sheet. So I usually try to sit down Monday nights and get things tallied up. There are weeks that I'll actually have that out early Tuesday morning. When I say early Tuesday morning, I'm talking like 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So I will have that out, but I will promise that I will have them out Wednesday by 5 p.m. Again, generally they're out on Tuesday. So the results will be posted on the Facebook page. For those of you that do not have Facebook and that we will have your email address, we will make a group email to send that out, and I promise this year I will be better about that, because I would get the Facebook done and I would forget all about the emailers until like the next day, and someone's like, hey, I never got the results. And it's just, as I said, sometimes it's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning on a Monday night, Tuesday morning, me getting that done, and I kind of forget. So that's where they will be posted. The payouts for that, I generally try to get those out if you won the week before the following week. We give some time, a couple of days, for people to say, hey, wait a minute, this count wasn't right, and let me double check things. So I generally send out the payments on Friday. If you are around here and you're a weekly that come over here, I'll just pay on Sunday when you stop by, unless you want it before that. So there's the results, there's where you get them, and that's how that money goes out.
Yeah. Talk about how to pay. So the biggest thing we like to use is Cash App. Cash App, it's a free app. You can download it on the Google Store or the Apple Store, and it's safe. We've used it for years. It's really simple. Again, we'll have a link to where to send it to him on Cash App. That is the preferred method. He does also have PayPal. We've had a couple of people use PayPal, but as we said, Cash App is preferred. And then again, if you are local and you want to hand cash to myself or my dad, that is also available.
Yep.
I will say too, just back in reference to the payouts, quick, is at the end of the season, we've had times where we've had to chase people down. We'll kind of notate in the rules how we're going to take care of that this year. There might be a penalty for that. Within a reasonable amount of time, you are responsible to reaching out to us for payouts.
Not going to chase you down.
Yeah, last year we had to chase way too many people down, which seems
weird. You would think they want their money.
Yeah, but so I did just want to touch on that quickly.
Okay, and again, all this information, the rules, the links, everything is going to be listed below, and that'll find your way to the Facebook page, and then there's even more information on there with all these links and all that stuff. So one other thing we got, as you're seeing, as we're set up here doing a video. Tell them about that. So
each week on Sunday, generally about 9, 10 a.m., I think we normally shoot for 9, we put out a show. It's a fun little show for us. We both went to school for broadcasting, so it's just some fun dad and daughter time. But we have a good time putting it on. We think it's enjoyable.
And informative.
Oh, yeah. Dad's favorite segment on that is What Are the Freaking Odds?
What are the freaking odds?
We like to go over what the odds are on the matchups for the week. If you haven't done your sheets yet, some people...
It's a little helping hand.
Just take some advice. I mean, you don't have to.
Take it, leave it.
Yeah. And then also my favorite segment is Crockpot Crack. We put out some really good tailgate recipes. Most of them are pretty simple. We can do in a crock pot, as the title of the segment says. We've had a couple other ones that actually we've had to post videos on because people kept asking for the recipes.
Yeah, we've made individual videos of that. So,
absolutely.
And you'll be able to find that link. Those will be on the Facebook page also. I will send those out on the email, I guess, and then, or you can just follow this video page on YouTube. So I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah.
Please share this video with friends, family, anybody that wants in. Let's grow this pool. Let's make it huge, because that's what we want, because the bigger it is, the bigger the payouts.
Absolutely. And it really is a good time. We like to have all the teams in the NFL represented, hopefully. I know we've got Cincinnati Bengals, Chicago Bears. We've got some Vikings fans, some Niners fans.
Dolphins.
So there's a lot of fun smack talk. We try and keep it clean and nice, but also,
And one last thing before we get out of here, I think we missed. The weekly payout will be $1 from your $5 donation times how many people we have in the pool, rounded back to the nearest 5.
Yeah.
So if there's 54, we'd round it back to 50. Mm-hmm. So that weekly payout would be $50. The remaining $4, or if there's a little bit of change because we round it back, that all goes into one lump sum, and then we divide that up between the top 10 or possibly top 15, depending on how many poolers we get this year. And we'll have that all posted that very first day after 1 o'clock sometime, because we won't know until all those sheets get turned in how many we got. So we hope to see you in the pool. It is a lot of fun, and watch our videos.
Absolutely.
Until that first Sunday, we'll see you guys.
Bye.